Hello and welcome back to Gardening and Allotment Tips podcast. I hope you're all well. If you're new to this podcast, make sure you click the follow and the subscribe button, and then you'll get notified as new podcasts come up. And hopefully, we'll keep on doing these on a regular basis as lots of people seem to be listening to it. So, thank you for all the people that do listen to it. So, we are getting towards the middle, well, we are past the middle of October now. Wow, time is flying when you're having fun. It'll soon be my birthday. Hint, hint. But yeah, um, obviously now things are starting to wind down in the garden. Things are starting to wind down in the allotment as well. And it's time to start getting things ready for winter. And one of the winter jobs that I hate doing, basically. Hate is a tough word, but a strong word, but it is a real word for the job that I'm going to be talking about today. Now, as things start to wind down, it's time to start doing a bit of spring cleaning. And what I mean by spring cleaning is washing. Yes, washing. Why would you need to do washing when you're doing gardening? Definitely one thing that you have to do. And unfortunately, I've not got a dishwasher on the allotment, so I can't take the dishwasher down and do it in the dishwasher. But it's a case of cleaning all your allotment equipment. And when I mean your allotment equipment, I'm talking about seed trays and plant pots. And we really do need to do this. It is an important job. Yes, you might think, well, I'll just be using it again the year after. It doesn't matter. It'll only get dirty again. But no, you need to get them in some soapy water, disinfectant, something strong that will give them a good clean and make them smell nice. And the reason why we need to use disinfectant or strong cleaner is because we need to kill off any bugs and diseases in the plant pots. Plant bugs and diseases can last in plant pots, and the bugs will hibernate inside the pots. They'll hide in under the rims. They'll have laid eggs in the plant pots. You might probably not even be able to see them, but they'll be hiding there. And the more you keep them clean and the more you give them a good scrub, you will stop any diseases and bugs hatching in them next year when you're doing all your planting. Who knows, you could put some soil in it straight away next year and you could be growing a healthy plant, and then the next minute it might have all died because something might have hatched in the bottom of it and eaten all the roots from the plant pot. So this goes for your small plant pots right the way through to your big household plant pots if you've got them, what you use for planting in. And the same goes for your seed trays as well. Give them a good scrub and a good clean. Now, if you have got a dishwasher, obviously be careful because you don't want them to melt in the dishwasher. And if you don't mind using the dishwasher for doing stuff like that, why not try doing having a go in there? But don't quote me on this. If something goes wrong, it's your own fault. There is a warning. But yeah, it's one thing that needs to be done. Obviously, we ain't got hot water and stuff down at the allotment, but obviously you can boil a kettle on a stove or something like that if you want hot water. But a strong disinfectant will kill it. And it's one job that we have to do each year, unfortunately. But it's a case of getting it done and getting it all sorted, ready for the springtime. Now, you may want to do it again in the springtime. It's up to you if there's somewhere where stuff can hibernate and hatch, unless you keep them stored well away. But why not just go through all your plant pots and give them that wash they need? It won't take long to do them. Basically, if you've got a bucket, fill it up with hot water and disinfectant and just dunk them in. Give them a good rinse out and then leave them to dry. And there's some fantastic tips on how to store plant pots now. And one of the great tips what I've seen is using a pair of tights. Not that I have a pair of tights at home. May have to go to a charity shop. And put your plant pots inside a tie and it stretches. And you can store loads in there. It's amazing. I love watching all these tips and advices that you see online of people trying different things for storing stuff. And let's just say the tights one is a massive hit with lots of gardeners. So if you want to store your plant pots, get a pair of tights. You don't need to go for the fancy good looking tights. But yeah, have a look for a pair of tights and fill it up with your plant pots. Obviously you'll need to put them in size order when you put them in so that they all stack inside one another. But it's ideal, it works perfectly, and you can hang them up as well. So it's a space saver as well, because plant pots do take up a lot of room. My shed is absolutely filled with plant pots, and I still keep getting more plant pots, and I still never have enough plant pots when I'm doing all my potting up. But yeah, I've got a thing for the bigger plant pots now. What I did last year, rather than plant everything in single plant pots, I put a few seeds in a bigger plant pot so that it used less compost, and it worked a treat. Like, I'd get a pot and I'd put about 5 courgette seeds in, and they all grew in there. And then yes, I did transplant them to another plant pot until they got bigger, but it worked a treat, and I'll be doing that again next year. And I managed to get some of the big plant pots when I got my strawberry plants recently from B&Q. I got about 30 of them, and they're brilliant, strong, good plant pots. I never turn down free plant pots, especially if they're good ones. Because usually I used to plant a lot of stuff in seed trays, but they do dry out quite fast with them being thin and shallow. But yeah, I tend to, last year I did a lot in plant pots rather than seed trays, and they take up less room as well in the shed. And sometimes as well with the seeds trays, you'll fill a seed tray full of compost, and you will get a packet of seeds, tear it open, and there'll only be 5 seeds in it. You'll be like, what? I've filled a full seed tray for these 5 seeds. So it does save a lot of effort and time growing stuff in plant pots rather than seed trays sometimes. So have a look how many seeds there are in a packet as well before you open it up. But yeah, that has been my tip for today. Get all your plant pots washed, cleaned, tidied, and sorted, and away, ready for the winter period, ready for starting in spring. And the quicker you get it done, the less you have to think about when it comes to when you're sowing all your seeds next year in the springtime. So I hope you've enjoyed that podcast for today. Do click that follow button, do click that subscribe button, and you'll get notified when new podcasts come up. And if you've not listened to my main podcast channel, this is where I do on a regular basis, and the podcasts are a bit longer on there, and I talk about anything to do with gardening. Go and check it out. It's called Gardening with Ben. There is a link in this description, but yeah, search for Gardening with Ben and you will find my podcast, and there's over 250 episodes on there, so plenty for you to listen to. So until next time, remember, keep smiling, keep gardening, and keep listening to Gardening with Ben's podcasts.